I just wanted to show you the project I'm working on now. My brother made this. We have old scraps of wood, and so I thought he was pretty clever to make me this candle holder. So I'm going to be painting it. I'm going to be using an oil-based stain, so I want to put on my gloves for that. I'm using a wiping stain, and it's a dark walnut. I suppose you're supposed to wipe it off, but for my purposes, I don't need to. I'll just keep going. The end pieces aren't nice and smooth, so you have to be careful with your foam brush. You don't want it to be chewed up. Be sure and use an oil-based stain in a good ventilated room. It's pretty potent stuff. It's dried overnight, and so now we'll go on to the next stage of painting. Now I'm going to take some white and stir this up. So this is the underside of it, so I don't really care what the underside looks like. But this is called a dry brushing technique, so just want to go very lightly with your brush. So here you can tell I've got a bit heavy-handed with the white. So all you have to do is take a sanding block and sand some of it back. Not such a harsh look then. I'm going to do that all over. See, can you tell the difference between that side that's been sanded and that side that hasn't? Softer. And then I want to sand some of the edges down to the wood. Chalk paint is great because it dries so fast. So now we're gonna do some lettering. I have these stamps from Iron Orchid Design. And so yeah, I'm using a red on here. I'm starting with the middle of the word so I can center everything. I eyeball things, I don't measure, just because it's more rustic that way. It doesn't have to be perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes, so the middle hole, and I'll just eyeball it here. There. Then I'll do the same on the other side without putting it on its side, of course. We don't want it mushed. Lovely. Now I go quickly wash my stamp. You can use an acrylic paint, an acrylic craft paint if you want, but I'm using Annie Sloan's chalk paint, Emperor Red it's called. To knock it back again with some sanding, just to make it look a bit more rustic. And then to finish it off, I'm going to apply some clear wax. When you start a project, a handmade project, you never know how it's going to turn out. But I'm pretty pleased with how this has turned out. So it'll be available for purchase in my store, and hopefully it'll give you a good idea of something that you can make that's handmade, homemade, to give as a gift. And if you're wondering why I've done this after Christmas, well, it's good for next year's Christmas, or also if you celebrate Ukrainian Christmas like I grew up doing, that's coming January 7. So let me know in the comments if you have ever celebrated Ukrainian Christmas. So I have these stamps for purchase in my store, but if you're not local, then I will supply a link for you in the write-up to the Amazon where you can get it for yourself. And if you've liked what I've done today and want to see more videos, then please subscribe to my channel. I would be very honored.